G'day folks, welcome back to Dune Awakening and welcome back to the Vermilion Gap. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we are going to do the next trial of Ackle, but there's a few things that we need to do before we get there, namely preparing ourselves with better gear and whatnot. So I'm going to get to it right now. One of the things that we will need is a new sand bike, in fact, so I will be making myself one of those. Okay, looking good, and I'm very happy that we have a Mach 2 sand bike now, and I should be able to maybe get around a little bit faster. The main reason for getting it though is because my old sand bike was actually breaking down really bad. I had to start repairing it quite often, so I think that's going to negate that issue. And we can drop the rest of the old sand bike in the recycler as well. So it's nice to actually have the recycler now to be able to do that. Okay, and then now we need the rest of our gear. Let's actually do the research for it. So I'm probably going to not worry about the Slaver's still suit because we've got the Liturgon anyway. So we should do research on either the heavy armor or the scout armor. I think I'm probably more leaning towards the scout armor, to be honest, because I want to move around a little bit more, assuming heavy armor is going to reduce our movement speed. And do we want to get better weapons at this stage? I think perhaps maybe that's not something that we need right away. I think I'm just going to focus on making the Slaver scout armor first, and I was considering whether or not we wanted a new weapon, which you know, I've already researched, but I was sort of considering whether or not this was going to be any better, like particularly the sword, because the damage per hit is actually a little bit lower. But anyway, I will get the armor crafted. Okay, it turns out we're going to need the garment fabricator to make this armor, guys, so I'm going to need to research this as well. But there are some materials there that I've not seen before. Steel ingots and complex machinery. So this could make things a little bit more complicated for us to get that armor. Perhaps maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit to try and get to it. Because I've not seen steel just yet, but perhaps maybe we will come across it with the journey that we're about to take. There's also all this other stuff here, which we could try to research as well. Survival fabricator. Interesting. Probably what we do want is to get the Cutter Mark II, but because potentially we might see steel needing the next cutter ray. So let's get that made. We just need some iron ingots for that and EMF generators, so that should be easy to do. Right guys, so I think we're ready for a bit of an adventure, hopefully. But when I try to find the location of the second trial, the quest doesn't actually give you a marker, and I've just realized that we need to locate the second trial ourselves, which means that we can't immediately do the second trial of Ackle, as I was planning to do in this episode. But that's okay, because we've got a few other things to try and do. We've got a couple of side quests here, but I'm very interested in obviously joining the Atreides house. we do need to kill 10 slavers, and there's a specific location to go to try and do that. So up this way, which takes us to an area which we haven't exactly visited before. And in between, I think what we're going to do, and we might also do a few bits and pieces throughout the episode, but there are these areas here which provide us with complex machinery. We might need that. And there's another wreck over here, more microflora fibers, mechanical parts, and there's yet another wreck over here. This one's quite large, so it'll be interesting to see if we can visit these places. And there are a few other testing stations. There's in fact a testing station nearby. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work my way to these slavers first, and we'll see if we can get that done, and then we might sort of do a bit of a circle around maybe to try and hit up the wreck and maybe one of the other testing stations here, and we'll see how we go. Again, we'll probably see you when we get to some of the more exciting locations. Alright, so we've arrived at one of these bigger structures. Unfortunately, I did sort of dilly-dally a little bit, and it is quite late at night. So one thing that we do need to keep an eye out on are Sodacar patrols. Obviously there are going to be enemies here as well. Let's maybe just drink up a little bit of water, because we could have a need for that. And yeah, I'm just sort of curious to see what this area offers, because we haven't exactly explored this area in full. I don't really know if there's a way up into the facility or what the deal is. Let me just take a look. There are some caves here. There seems to be a scavenger stronghold as well. Okay, finally found the entrance, guys. So let's climb these stairs and let's see what we can find, because yeah, I'm keen on getting some more high-tech materials. Definitely aiming to be able to try and get the armor crafted.
Shields up. Where's my backup? You're not leaving here alive.
Ooh, okay. There must be an entry point somewhere. We'll need to look for that. And you guys may have noticed as well that I do have myself a whole bunch of heal kits now. I'm still going to be using some bandages, because I feel like that's good for smaller injuries, but for larger injuries and trying to recover a lot of HP all at once, I think we're going to need these heal kits. And we'll need to probably start using them a little bit more regularly. I love having the shield now. It's so good. Oh, we've got Sodacar up above. We've got to keep an eye out on that. Okay. It's just some salvaged metal. Not really too crazy. I think this loops us around, doesn't it? So let's see if we can make our way inside the building. Again, just don't want to get spotted because I really don't want to have to deal with some Sadaka right now. Okay, what do we have here? What's that? Complex machinery. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So I'll have a bit of that. And hopefully we find some more, actually, because that was only a little bit. So we came in from here. Yeah, there seems to be maybe... yeah, there's a ladder here. I've never seen ladder use before. Can we actually climb that? Yeah, okay, that's good. I mean, I need to just make sure that we know how to get back out. Oh, this place is on fire right now. On fire in a bad way. Fuel cells, I guess I'll take some fuel cells, but... is there a way for us to get around the fire, or... maybe if we go up this way. Is there anything down there? I'm not sure, actually. And I'm not sure if this takes us anywhere. Like, I feel like this might be a dead end, in fact. So, let's... oh, actually, no, there's another machine down there. Okay. I mean, of course I'll take that, but... that puts us in a very tough spot, because... now what? How do we get back out? I suppose maybe we just had to take a little bit of the damage there, but I mean, that's fine, because I definitely managed to survive that. We are looking pretty bad for inventory space, though. And I wonder if that's the extent of this place. I think there's another building. We could probably try to loot that one as well before thinking about going back. Okay, guys, so it has been, whoa, quite an ordeal just getting ourselves to this position to hopefully enter this structure in front of us, but I think we might have to deal with a scavenger stronghold. And that's okay, because we want the intel anyway. Looks like our blood bag's already full. That's fine. We'll deliver all of that blood back home. So we'll leave the bike here, I think that's fine. We just need to come back to it. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of enemies here. Let's just heal up a little bit. Maybe have another drink. Trying to avoid that heavy, at least for now. Yeah, shield doing work for us right now. It's good. Have another drink. One down. And another. Very good. Right. Turn off the shield, just to save a little bit of energy. Oh, God. Was not expecting that. Okay, this heat is really getting to me. So let's just try and seek some cover while we loot. We'll grab that. Could do with a little bit of water if they have some water lying around. But maybe that's wishful thinking. What do these guys have? Oh, okay, a little bit of the complex machinery. We definitely need that. And there's some more iron ingots. I'm probably not really that interested in iron ingots as much as before, purely because I have a ton of it at home, in fact. You know what? I might even just completely drop this because I just have so much of it back at home. And I'm trying not to, you know, get too ahead of myself without actually, you know, recording stuff. So that's why I've been busy just collecting iron ingots everywhere.
Have you any idea what that loudmouth Lazaro Fane is doing out at the old testing station? His toady was all over the Sukalasus, shooting his mouth off about how his boss was coming into a big supply of water. Enough for the whole sector, he said. Laz is always hatching some mad scheme or another. I think he imagines himself the king of the Kirab. Ha! King of the Kulons, more like.
Yeah, we've heard of these Kirab guys before, and I'm not entirely sure if they're just like one of the scavenger factions that we see. Is there only the one building, or is there two? I'm pretty sure there is two, and this is the one that we haven't visited before. And just have a difficult time trying to figure out how to get in, unless this is where we were before. Yeah, we could be back in the same location here, guys, so... Yeah, alright, maybe... So that's the staircase that we used before. Surely there's another way in to this building. I just need to figure it out. Yeah, here's the staircase, which we haven't used, so surely there must be something else up here. We can continue going up, or we can deal with these guys over here.
Shields up!
Okay, I'm getting a little worried about our water situation, guys. We've got only one batch of water left. I think we'll drink it when we really, really need it. Oh, there's the machine right there. Yeah, we'll take everything, obviously. Well, except for the iron. I don't really need the iron. And I guess one of the reasons why I'm really low on water is iron ingot production does require a lot of water, in fact. So I've been trying to collect up as much blood as I can, but... Oh, wow. I don't think I can make that jump, guys. Unless there's another way in. We might have to come back here. So, there was the device that I believe allows you to gain a little bit of lift while you jump. So instead of using the suspensor belt, which, you know, breaks your fall, perhaps maybe something that would allow you to do a double jump, or perhaps maybe just even a boost. Okay, I'll see you guys when we get back home. Right, folks, so I've done all of the inventory management, and I've actually been hanging around the house for quite a while at this point, and main reason for that is because I've been waiting for our water to tick up a little bit. As you can see, I've filled the Liturgon, which is good, but I'm not fully hydrated. And I am still going to venture out despite that, because we can always, you know, drink some dew or whatever. But the filtration system and the pace at which it's working is becoming a bit of a problem. So there may actually be a need for us to consider getting the next level up filtration system so that we don't have to keep waiting for a long time to try and get the water that we need to venture out. Because getting blood and all that is easy, but actually getting it converted into the water that we need to drink is another story. So we'll see if we can consider doing that after perhaps killing these 10 slavers. And yeah, we'll consider whether or not we're going to do that immediately, or if we're going to, you know, venture out to one of the wrecks. But yeah, for now though, definitely going to try and make our way to those slavers. Some pleasant looking decoration there. Quick pit stop at the anvil just to see if we can pick up a few more quests. And a lot of these side quests that I might do, guys, I might actually do those off camera. I sort of think that a lot of these are pretty generic, so probably not really worth showing. But I'll try to pick up everything. I mean, there's maybe some interesting ones like this, hostile takeover. Well, we'll see how we go. But I might not show everything, just full disclosure. But yeah, that's all we're here for, at least for now. Oh no. No. My sand bike. Oh god. Alright. Man, that is a huge setback. Okay, I did not realize that there was quicksand here, and let that be a lesson for anyone watching who's playing the game as well, but these red patches that you can see on the map, that's actually quicksand, and I didn't realize that there would be quicksand in this entire area. Okay, well, that means we're going to have to try and get another sand bike, which is not too difficult to do. It is going to be time consuming, but getting myself back home is going to be time consuming if we're to survive. Let's at least try to make it to the contract area and see how we go from there. Ooh, these look like different types of resources to me. Could this be the steel that we're looking for? Or carbon ore? Okay, very good. Well, I think carbon ores are used to refine iron into steel, maybe? I'll have to sort of figure that out when I get home. We still have plenty of inventory space, so here's hoping that we can actually bring quite a big haul. Yeah, what a mishap, though. Alright, let's have some dew, and I'll top that up with a couple of glasses of water there from our litter john, but I probably do want to be a little bit more careful with how much I use. Do hear some gunfire. Whoa, I do not know what that does, but I would not like to find out. Okay, we managed to down one of the slavers. I do see, yeah, perhaps maybe... Yeah, that's another player, I think. Or is that... No, that's not another player. Maybe another faction. So these are just scavengers. So do want to just be selective with our targets. Need some blood. I do hear a heavy up there, so let's be a little bit careful. Don't want to get ganked either, because I feel like we're dealing with tougher enemies. I hope those scavs actually left some targets for us, because we do need to kill 10 of them. Okay, let's back out. Try to get some cover. And perhaps maybe we want to deal with this melee guy first.
Enemy found. Shields up.
Oh god, alright. That's what it does. Anti-grav. That's kind of interesting.
Eyes on target.
Okay, that was kind of tough to deal with. Let's load up on blood. Actually, I think we're completely full. So he does have a shield, makes me a little bit worried. I'm going to reposition myself. Get a better angle. I wonder if he's got shield on purely because we're a little bit too close to him. Because while he's firing like that, he should be vulnerable. Whoa, okay, let's heal up a little bit. Get back in there. Goodness me. We're just over halfway. I'm hoping there's going to be more inside. Otherwise I'm gonna have to wait until they respawn. Ooh, we've just found some heavy darts there, which I don't think we've seen before. And this is kind of curious. I wonder if this does anything. It does have a slightly green sort of glow there. Perhaps maybe not. We'll keep the shield on for now. Maybe we should be switching to heavy darts. I don't know if it's compatible with the weapon that we currently have, though.
Engaging enemy. Eyes on enemy.
Earthrite crystals. Okay. I've not seen those before. Let's continue to move around a little bit more in this area. I'm just sort of hoping that there's maybe a few more stragglers. Then there's the Sardaukar coming in as well, which, oh man, I guess they might be even tougher in this area.
Tossing grenade. You look so.
Right. Took a while to try and find all these slavers, but I guess you don't have to stick around in the area that they tell you. If you find slavers elsewhere, you can actually complete the objective by just simply killing those slavers as well. And if you're having trouble locating more slavers, I guess these green strobe light looking things, they will actually help you identify locations of slavers, which is quite nice. At this point, guys, I'm going to need to make the very, very long trek back home. And not to mention, I may also need to make myself another sandbike, which I am not confident if I have all of the materials required for that. So there could be a need for us to get more servox and all that sort of stuff as well. So I'm going to see you guys when we get all of that done and when we're back at home, obviously. So I'll see you there. Alright guys, we made it to at least the trading post. Very thirsty. I've just been drinking some dew, just keeping our liturgon half empty, or half full rather. But yeah, I decided to just obviously stop by here first because we do want to turn this quest in.
Welcome back. If you're eager for work, I have just the thing.
I've dealt with those slavers.
I bet that felt good. I'll allow myself a little vicarious enjoyment.
I'm ready for a new contract.
You proved your martial prowess. Let's see your cunning. There's a Harkonnen soldier named Lanoff. I'd like you to finesse some information from him.
Alright, I'll talk to him. Any particular information you want me to extract?
Lanoff is a Samuda addict. I'd like to find out what he knows about other Harkonnen addicts, particularly the sloppy ones. Be subtle.
What the hell is Samuda?
As I understand it, Samuda puts the user in an elated, ecstatic state, outside of time. It's administered through capsules with food or drink. From what I hear, playing Samuda music activates the effect. I know many Harkonnen users prefer it. I would expect Lanoff to do the same.
Understood. I'll be on my way.
Good. Remember, this is an opportunity to demonstrate that you are an agent who can exercise subtlety when necessary.
Alright, good. You know, one thing that I'm not a big fan of that this game does is, it has, like, camera tracking on faces. Oh yes, that's not mine. I've just gotten used to the fact that I've got, like, you know, sand bikes to use. That's someone else's. Someone's lost their sand bike over here. Anyway, yeah, I really don't like the camera tracking of face movement. It just makes you feel a little nauseous and dizzy. Not a fan. Anyway, I am on my way home. So hopefully we make it without getting eaten by worms. I'll see you there. Oh my god. Home sweet home. Just off in the distance. Alright. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of inventory management, and there's probably quite a bit of crafting that I need to do for the sand bike. And yeah, I'm gonna need to be a lot more careful with my sand bikes moving forward. Anyway, I'll see you guys when that's all done. Okay, we're in business again. After all of that hardship, but one thing that I've forgotten to make myself is one of those boosters. If we can get at least a Mark 1 booster, that'll be good. Okay, it looks like that's not available to us at the moment. We just need a few more iron ingots. That's fine. I'll probably get that off camera. Because my iron production is really dependent on how much water we have, and we don't really have a lot going at the moment. Now the plan is, from here, well, initially it was going to be sort of like looping around to try and get to this crashed ship over here. There is another one, obviously, over here. But perhaps maybe the testing station is a more interesting place for us to visit, because we've got more servox and capacitors there, which should help with the building of more vehicles. But additionally, I do want to try to get myself a resource scanner. And the main reason for this is because, well, there's been a bit of a blocker for us getting the garment machine or fabricator. And I think what's limiting us is silicon blocks, and perhaps maybe using the resource scanner we should be able to find flower sand, and using that, yeah, we should be able to refine silicon blocks, hopefully. So let's see if we can get ourselves a resource scanner, just double checking that I haven't exactly made one. But yeah, this is what we want, and I did research it already. We've got a little bit of ingot for that, so I may as well craft this right now, and we could probably go out and see where we can find this stuff. I haven't exactly seen it, I don't think, unless what we're looking for is actual sand that has a bit of a glow, because I've seen that sort of stuff while we're doing certain crossings and whatnot, and I've not really investigated those things just yet. So that's my prediction, that it could be on those patches of sort of glowy sand. I don't think that sand contains spice or anything like that. Initially I thought maybe it could be spice. But yes, so we've got our sand bike again. Let's be a bit more careful with how we use it this time around. And let me just grab this resource scanner. And I suppose I should just give it a go initially here. I don't really know how it's used. It says we don't have enough power. Oh no. Okay. Perhaps maybe we need a better power pack at this point in the game as well. Okay, so we've been able to scan for the flower sand. And yes, there it is. This is sort of the glowy sand that I mentioned. Question is now, how do I actually gather this up? Harvest flower sand. Okay. Right. So we're just completely vulnerable while we're doing this. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence, really. Perhaps maybe there's another way we can gather flower sand in a safe manner, or maybe in a more efficient manner. I'm not sure, and I can't say how much flower sand we actually need, but I'll gather as much as possible. It's good to know where the location is, though, and that we have a bit of a source nearby, unless the flower sand shifts every now and then, which could be the case. Anyway, let me come back here and we'll hydrate a little bit. We'll also get more ingots produced. I'm not sure how many iron ingots we are left with at the moment, so I could continue with iron ingot production. So I suspect we'll probably still need quite a bit more. Let's drop in as much blood as we can, and yeah, let's get the show on the road, because that setback has really cost us. But I am going to check out the testing station once more, and we'll see what we can find there. And yeah, if we've got some time, maybe we can even go to one of the crash sites. Yeah, it's just over here. In fact, let's just do a UE. Got some dead scavengers here. I'm guessing perhaps maybe someone's just been through here. I'll take the spoils. Even though I didn't earn them myself. Can I not climb up here? Maybe not. Let's just climb up this way. Oh.
Huh?
Okay, let's use the ramps. Let's gather up some blood. Not entirely sure what's going on there. Okay, there's some staircases leading down. We should check that out in a second. I am running quite low on darts though, so I might actually need to make myself a whole bunch. Let me just quickly do that, because I don't want to get into a fight without having decent amount of darts. Actually, I don't even have any scrap metal to make some darts right now. Yeah, a lot of dead people. I'm not sure if another player has just been through, or perhaps maybe these dead people are just part of the area. Because we did see a lot of dead people before going into testing station number, I think it was number 2. So is there a safe way for us to get down there? I'm not 100% sure. There's stuff going on down there, though. I get the feeling we're going to have to drop, but then I don't know of a way back up. We should be able to drop, though. I'm just looking around for any potential enemies. Execution order. We just got a contract there.
The contracts have all been signed and certified, Captain, and your advance has been passed on through Chome channels. This operation is costing me a fortune, so I expect quick results. My agents have located the hideout of the Kira who hijacked our water transport. Your force is to punish the bandits and recover what water you can. Remember, any necessary correspondence is to come directly to me, not anyone else at the Guild.
Water shipper. Okay. What's going on there? He's not hostile.
Don't shoot, don't shoot! I'm unarmed and... Oh, it's you! My erstwhile apprentice.
Derek, what are you doing here?
Keep your voice down, please. I'm still trying to complete my audit, but the difficulties continue to mount. The Chome mercenaries up top sneered at my Imperial seal, but they let me past. But as soon as I went inside, people started trying to dart me. So I retreated, and I've been here considering my options. Until you showed up, my well-armed friend.
I don't really know if we were that well armed. I am actually concerned for our own safety, but what were you thinking?
I'm just remembering how competent a certain somebody was back at testing station number 2. Maybe we can revisit our arrangement?
What are you offering?
Here's what I am proposing. You get inside the testing station and, just like last time, find me the mnemic films containing the reports. In return, I'll teach you some more about the practical applications of planetology and ecological systems. Deal?
Alright, we'll get those films.
Once again, I am in your debt. I'll wait here then, shall I?
You shall. Okay. Well, let's get to it then. Okay, that goes further down. I'll take all the darts that I can get. We do want those servox and capacitors though, so we shouldn't pass those up. Does look like we'll be able to go through there. Into what, though? Is this it? I think so. Yeah, nice. So we just need to go back.
Holy Lazaro, you were right. The water transport had far fewer guards than we normally see. It was a simple matter to overwhelm them. And the ice.
Sector weather
ice
alert.
from the
A
pole,
large sandstorm
Lazaro.
is
I
approaching.
never thought to see such a sight. We are bringing the transport back to the station by secret paths. Have the tank prepared. The thirsty of the region will soon be coming to us with their Solaris in hand. We will all be rich as nobles.
I'm still kind of surprised that we haven't bumped into anyone that we need to kill. Grab all of that. Yeah, we can constantly find pieces of equipment that are sort of half broken down. And I don't know how I feel about, like, trying to use them. I don't exactly have a repair station just yet. And it'd be good if I can get one so that we can repair this sort of stuff and actually have better equipment on hand as soon as we find them.
Dr. Verde was right. There is water here. The problem isn't finding it, it's keeping it. Our very first bore turned up water aplenty. It was deep, but we initiated a strong flow. We barely finished patting each other on the back when the flow trickled out. The same with our second bore, and our third, and almost a dozen others. Always the same. A strong flow that quickly dries up. None of the big brains seems to have an answer for it. Dr. McCain wants to investigate that oily residue that keeps coming up on the equipment. She thinks it might be organic in nature. Could that somehow be the problem?
Okay, this is looping back around. So we do have the ability to traverse through here now. And I assume that's going to take us out, but what I'm not entirely sure of is where does the other pathway up here lead. I do want to have a chat with Derek once more though, just turn in this quest.
You're back. Good, good. I haven't dared to move too far. I don't think I can rely on my Imperial credentials around here.
There you go. Mimic reports, or Minimic reports, or Minimic films containing the reports.
I knew I could count on you, of course. Thank you, friend. Planetology is a practical vocation, but I've never been much of one for violence. I promised you more planetology training, yes? Meet me at my camp in the South Haga Basin. I don't think this is a conducive environment for learning.
Alright, we'll see you there. Okay, and he disappears, actually, so we'll have to collect our reward later. The first order of things is figuring out how to get out of this bloody place. I don't think it's going to be too hard to figure out. Oh, one thing that I've been meaning to do is to actually show you guys, I mean, I do have a lot of skill points, which I do want to spend, but I did sort of question, you know, what were some of our rewards from some of the guys that we've been dealing with, and I realized that there are different skill pathways here, which I didn't immediately notice in the first few episodes. So we dealt with that guy who was a trooper, so we've now unlocked the ability to learn from the trooper skill tree, and we've got the planetologist skill tree as well. And I'm considering, you know, utilizing some of our skill points here, because I think the last ability that we're able to unlock that might be dependent on how many skill points we've used up. So let's just take a look here. We've got cut-array mining. This gives us more yield, and I think that's going to be very useful in a lot of situations, so I do want to learn that at the very least. And then, yeah, a suspender device that launches yourself and targets into the air. Useful for navigation, could be good, but I don't know, very situational, I feel. Vehicle repair reduces maximum durability loss of vehicle components when performing repairs. That could be good because I would like to not have to, you know, craft a new sand bike every 2 minutes. I guess I shot myself in the foot with the whole, you know, quicksand situation before. Shigawire Claw. A wrist-mounted launcher to fire off a claw attached to a cable of Shigawire. Shigawire, yeah, sorry, not Shigawire. The extreme tensile strength of Shigawire launches you in the direction of the cable. Can also be used to stagger opponents during combat. Okay. So almost like a grappling type wire. Anti-grav field. This device, when thrown, uses a modified secondary phase Holtzman field to negate the effect of gravity in a spherical area. You can use the sphere to lift enemies or prevent fall damage during traversal. Ah, okay. I think we've seen this before, right? Like, those anti-grav grenades. Or we get some ranged damage. I think this is a no-brainer. Let's get that. Let's take a look here. Disruptor damage. Using steady hands, you're able to guide the disruptor's rapid fire darts more effectively to their targets. I don't even know what a disruptor is. Center of mass. You've been taught to shoot where you are most likely to hit, and you do it by instinct. Increasing damage that hits the body, but reducing your damage via headshots. I don't know how I feel about that, because I've been landing headshots pretty often. I think I am, anyway. Let's just take a look at some of the other stuff that we've got here. So, dew gathering, careful manipulation of the Holtzman field on Dew Reaper allows you to increase the water yield. I think this is good as well. Mind you, I probably need to make the actual sickle to gather up the dew more, you know, regularly, and to actually be able to store it. And can we spend on any of this? Perhaps, maybe not. Optimized hydration. Your body knows how to make optimal use of water, so you have additional stamina reserves when well hydrated. Could be good. Your extensive physical training has increased your maximum stamina. Yeah, this is definitely something to take. Desert conditioning. You've trained yourself to deal with the rigors of the desert, decreasing your max stamina loss while dehydrated. Could be good. I know I've got a lot of skill points here, and I don't know if it costs anything to respec. Bleed tolerance. I haven't exactly seen bleed coming into play just yet. I think this might be a decent one to get. Desert conditioning and then optimized hydration. Again, we'll try to respec if we really need it. Inspiration. Increasing damage of your melee attacks. It's an ability. Could be good. Though I'm keen on trying to find a Swordmaster trainer. And perhaps maybe some other types of trainers as well. I might grab the anti-grav field. Not that I'm going to be taking that immediately though, because I don't really have space for another skill. Suspensor dash. Your training with suspensors allow you to manipulate your flow of movement. Press the dash button while suspended to perform a mid-air dash. Oh, could be cool. To slow enemies and drain their power or decrease the speed of projectiles. Ah, could be interesting. So, one thing that I would like to see is some kind of explanation for when this gets unlocked, but yeah, this is going to cost 2 skill points. Sure, I'll take it. I don't really know what the disruptor is, but I'll take it anyway. Underslung agility. You have trained yourself to move faster while using heavy weapons. Scattergun damage. You have mastered the spread patterns of the pellet firing GRDA-44 and drill shot FK7 scatterguns, thus improving your damage with these weapons. We don't know what all of those things are. So I don't know how I feel about spending more skill points on them, but I think that's going to be it for our skill point spending. Let's continue on.
Welcome, visitor, to Imperial Desert Testing Station number 197. I am Station Supervisor Janice Braun of the Imperial Engineering
Might need to
Corps.
re-grab the
Yes, this
pass.
lab is a unique distinction of
So
being headed
give me
by
a sec,
engineer
guys.
rather-
Right, I didn't end up finding another pass to try and get through this door, guys, so I'm not entirely sure if perhaps maybe I do need to go through the larger door that we found down below, and perhaps maybe there's a pass there that would take us through that door, because that looks like the exit. Perhaps maybe this is not the exit, and maybe this takes us further into whatever this is, like a mine or... yeah, I mean, it's a testing facility. Ooh, there are enemies here. I'll take that. Oh lord, okay.
Beware, Lazaro. There is trouble. As you instructed, I went to Mirzabad to spread the word of our water for sale. But while there, I learned that agents of the water shippers have been offering hefty rewards for anyone who can provide information about their stolen shipment. We must prepare.
Nice. Here's some fighting. I'm not sure what's going on here. What the hell is going on? Gigantic crystals. What the hell? Is that a flamethrower? Okay, I am not too keen. Whoa. Stay away. Oh, she got back up. Nice. Yikes. Alright, that was a little bit close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Okay, that completed another quest for us, which I wasn't exactly tracking, but I'll take it. But what we're here for, primarily, is just a way out. If we can find that, I'd be very happy.
Ask any of the nobles, what is a kirab? A petty bandit, they will tell you. I, Lazaro Fine, am such a kirab, as was my father and his father before him. Yes, I am a bandit. I embrace that, but I do not accept being petty. There is wealth and power to be had on this Dune, even for one such as me. There is the spice, of course, but spice is the treasure of the Imperium. So what, I ask myself, is the treasure of Dune? Water. Water is that treasure. I see the masters of the Water Shippers Guild growing rich, and I think, why not me? Can water not make even a kirab a rich man? Indeed, it can. If that kirab is bold enough to take it, and I am bold enough.
Okay, so my assumption now is that these crystals are actually ice crystals, and that they're sort of hoarding water, perhaps maybe freezing it into ice. I could be interpreting things wrong, but anyway, we have what we came for, so I am going to backtrack again to what I presume to be the entrance point to the testing station, so bear with me, guys.
Welcome, visitor, to Imperial...
Right, we're free, finally. Not quite. I guess there are enemies here, still. We have any more stuff here? Maybe some more Servox and stuff. Good. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, okay. More enemies.
This will be my last entry for... well, maybe for good. We've just received word that the protest against the thinking machines have escalated into full-scale war. Everyone says it's a struggle for the very existence of humanity. All the testing stations are being evacuated. We're shutting everything down while we await transport. I hope they hurry.
Okay. So, I guess these testing stations might have something to do with the introduction to the game, where they were sort of talking about machine imitating man, and that, I think, that was then outlawed, which gave way to...
Hey, Captain. I know a fellow who's a grunt for the Watershippers Guild, and he told me something you might want to know. That guild exec that hired us, Oren Rosin? Well, it seems he has been trying to impress his bosses by reducing expenses. Only one of the ways he tried to save money was by cutting back on security for his ice shipments. The Kirab probably wouldn't have been able to hijack that shipment if it had the required number of guards. And now, Rosin's desperate to try and fix things before the hammer falls. Thought this info might be useful if we want to try to screw some extra money out of him.
As I was saying, I think it has something to do with, like, AI, and how AI may have been outlawed. Don't quote me on it, but... which gave way to, you know, other sort of disciplines, Soup Doctors and Bene Gesserit, you know, psychic abilities, all augmented by spice use. Okay, hang on. We're back here. What the hell? Or, hang on. No, this might be a completely different area. I am so confused. Let's have some drinks. I'll grab a little bit for the Liturgon as well. Yeah, I can't grab that anymore, so I've definitely been here. The question is, how do we exit out of this place? Alright, well, apparently we just simply needed to climb our way back out. So I found that to be kind of weird because, you know, these are some very smooth surfaces that we're climbing. I'm not really sure that that is even doable. A lot of these guys have maybe respawned by now. Let's just be a little bit careful. I mean, there's some more loot to be had here if we really want it, but I think I'm keen to get myself home at this point. I did manage to find myself a few blocks of silicon as well, so I'm keen to see if we can make use of that. I don't know how many blocks of silicon we might need for the garment fabricator. Right, folks, I've been at it for a while, and the water production that we have at the moment has been really impeding a lot of our progress. I don't think I'll be able to get the garment fabricator in this episode, but I think we should be able to get something that might actually help us with water production a little bit more. So, as you can see, I did actually get myself the... what shall we call this? I mean, I'm just calling it the sickle, but it's actually the Dew Reaper. And the interesting thing about this is it only works at night or perhaps maybe early morning. And as you can see, some of the plants actually emit some kind of a gas. I guess that whole effect is sort of just telling you that you can reap from them. I tried during the day, and obviously that didn't work, so you have to use it at the right time. But thanks to this, I was able to, I guess, up our water production a little bit. Now, I am not going to fully rely on that, though, because the next step up from our current blood purifier is this one, the improved one. So we've got plenty of intel, so we should research this, and I am hoping we have what it takes to actually build this thing immediately. So let's just take a quick look now. Refiners, yeah, improved blood purifier. So let's place this down, and I'm wondering whether or not I actually need to keep the old one. In fact, I might actually get rid of the old one, to be honest. So let's do that. And I mean, I had a whole bunch of blood and water in there. I'm not entirely sure if I get any of that back. Maybe I do. And yeah, let's place this thing down. So yeah, I mean, this thing is chunky. That's for sure. But I'll still leave it here in front of the door. That's probably not the best. Let's just move this thing. I guess I have to demolish it and place it back down. Blocked by another object. Yeah, there we go. I just want to make sure that we're utilizing the space as best we can. So that looks decent. As long as this thing doesn't cause the entire grid to shut down, I'll be happy. But anyway, let's build it. There we go. Alright, so now, assuming we can deposit a whole bunch more blood in here, I'm also hoping that the amount of water that we get out of this thing speeds up as well, and it definitely looks like it's, you know, producing water a lot faster than before. But I still think that Dew Reaper is going to help out quite a lot. So the next step for us is going to be getting that garment fabricator. We've already done the research, but I do need the steel ingots. Now, we are missing a bunch of carbon for that, so I'm probably going to be doing my homework and grabbing all that carbon between episodes, and hopefully we'll have enough water to, you know, process not only the steel, but also anything else that we might need for the next episode. So, banking on hopefully better armor and all that sort of stuff in the next one, I think we're going to wrap things up here. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Drop me a like if you did. As usual, I'm looking forward to comments if you have any. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.